Hey everyone, this is Kat, and welcome back to Enlisted 101. And today we'll be talking a little bit about tanks. And, yeah, let's go right into it. Here I got the Panzer II-C, which is one of two more unique tanks, with the other one being the T-60. And, these are, of course, autocannon tanks, while the other tanks are generally cannon tanks, which play quite a bit differently, but all these tanks have a few things, tips and tricks that you can basically get used to it first. Now the first is, with scroll wheel, you can look around the tank through viewports. However, it is kind of slow and sluggish, as you can see here. So generally, you don't really want to use those. You're kind of limited to this single attack view with the gun right to the left there. And one thing you notice there is that I caught a white cross mark in front while hitting some of my allied troops. As soon as you get that mark, without shooting, you kind of want to check your minimap whether there's any soldiers close to it. So to bottom left, you can see there's blue marks all around me. So I kind of want to watch out and not drive over my teammates, because you can in fact harm them. In the meanwhile, these guys are attacking this point, and I'm going to see if there's any enemy tank that I can take out. I'm taking it kind of easy right now, because I can quite easily just support the infantry from behind here. And that's the second tip for tanks. You do not want to over push. There's no reason for you to push very hard, because you'll get quite a lot more vulnerable that way. There's a 20mm cannon doing some work to our right, so instead we're gonna go to the left, because we're gonna want to go around this dude. 20mm cannon is killing people, and we don't want to get right in front of that. We're gonna kind of get to the side of it, because of course anything in a game works better if the enemy you're facing is not looking at you and doing other things. So if we can get behind them, we'll have a drastically easier time. And you will do that by simply going through the outskirts of a map. Know that these kind of fortifications, so these triangles, generally you can just drive through them, no issue. And I see there's somebody with MG42 further up the hill that I kind of want to take care of first. Very nice bomb from Blaster 112 there. And yeah, don't see the MG yet. Don't even see like enemy soldiers. And yeah, the tank. This is kind of tank gameplay here. You don't necessarily get that much action. It really depends on how aggressive your enemies are. For example, this guy, he is running back because it's not a good idea to just push out in the open like that. Get all the soldiers to just die. And I got a feeling that one of these dudes is going to try to flank around to try and shoot me down with a explosive pack right here. So you kind of want to anticipate that and prevent that from happening by, shooting them. And bottom left, you saw a red grenade marker. Those are any kind of grenade, ranging from normal grenades and explosive packs. And as soon as you see those, you want to start driving. Unless you see them right in front of you on the ground, you just want to start driving. And that's an enemy tank. So I don't think he is going to be fast enough to deal with me. Okay. Kind of feel like a bullshit him here. Okay, he got out of his tank. So that means we'll just shoot him down. Just double check. There's no other soldiers. You can see in the top right, if we shoot this tank with a cannon, you can see that in the kill mark, if it actually penetrates, you can see that there is no other enemy except for the one guy that I killed. So that's how you can verify that the tank is actually dead, because sometimes they decide to not explode. And you can simply just, check it out whether they're actually dead by shooting them a couple more times and see if there's any more guys inside of it. And it works quite effectively, honestly. now we're just gonna be spraying infantry a little bit. And this is really like kind of what you want to do. Just take your tank, support the infantry by taking out enemy infantry, keep them from getting to the capture points as much as possible, that kind of stuff. Of course, again, watch out for infantry. Driving away is generally your best option, and staying on the move is your second best option. Because you can't, of course, always stay on the move without a stabilized gun, and you want to shoot things. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not too much about how you generalize tank handling. So now we're gonna go into some defensive tactics. So let's say my tank got damaged, and actually first we're gonna take out these guys real quick. So let's say my tank got damaged and we're in this combat area. First thing you do, you get out, and the first thing you'll do is aim at your tank and press X. Because that will what will happen is that your AI will immediately climb back in your tank. And then you can just repair the tank, and then you can get back in without losing your squad mates. And that's probably like the most important thing that you can learn about repairing. Furthermore, you want to have at least one repair kit on every soldier you have, because you cannot be guaranteed to have your first soldier when you are using a tank. And that will be a anti-tank infantry, or actually anti-tank cannon. And yeah, actually got bombed there. So now we're gonna out of the tank, and of course for tanks you need to spawn in 2 other infantry squads before you can actually respawn again. So you first have to get this squad killed, and then you go again. So yeah, that kind of sums things up for the tanks. There's not really too much other information you kind of need to know about these. Of course, for cannon tanks, you have the HE shell. For the autocannon tanks, you have the autocannon to deal with infantry. And you kind of want to use the 45mm HE shell quite a lot, because the 37 is not nearly as powerful. So keep that in mind. Other than that, that's really all there is to it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. See ya.